Builders are struggling to meet housing supply. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this media release from the master builders looking at just cost of living and housing supply. Now, this is an issue that I've been talking about for some time, particularly in the residential sector, the construction apocalypse, where we're losing capacity to build because so many builders are just going under or just shutting down, going, nah, had enough, out of here. And everyone thinks builders make like a shitload of money. Yeah, some of them do, but it's also a bloody stressful job. It's a stressful job. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. So let's check this out because, well, remember, Labor wants to build a lot of homes to address this housing crisis, the housing affordability crisis, the rental crisis. I think we're going to struggle to meet the numbers. I don't think it'll happen. The ABS August building approvals and home lending data is showing early signs of improvement, but is still below the adequate levels required to boost much-needed housing supply. Master Builders CEO Danita Warren said the government must not take its foot off the accelerator when it comes to tackling the housing crisis and supporting the building and construction workforce to deliver on our targets. So what does that tell you, everyone? Well, if you want to have stable employment, make sure you're connected to the housing sector some way. I say that as an architect who works on everything but housing. Right now it's education, so I mean that's close to it as well. We did a lot of mining back in the day. Builders and tradies have a big job ahead of them to ensure that we can build enough homes to start tackling rental inflation and meet our housing accord objectives. We need to ensure tradies are spending as much time as possible on the tools without unnecessary delays and disruptions. The cost of building homes continues to be inflated through unnecessary delays and barriers, including planning, impediments, lengthy approval processes, and high developer charges. Worse still, the federal government risks magnifying costs and regulatory obstacles with its far-reaching closing loopholes bill. Oh boy, that sounds like a disaster waiting to happen, doesn't it? The IR bill means businesses will have even more of their time absorbed by compliance and red tape issues instead of being out there building new homes. The red tape you got to jump through in Australia, it's insane. We're such a nanny state, but that's what people want. Just look at the news. Whenever anything goes wrong, like when someone gets screwed over by their house or renovation or something happens, or they make a stupid financial decision, they lose some money. It's, how did the government let this happen? We've done everything right. It's always calling for more bloody government because that's meant to take place of individual responsibility or sometimes just bad luck. Correct me if I'm wrong. Look at how many times we see it in the news. All the bloody time. Master Builders Chief Economist Shane Garrett said August 2023 saw a 7% increase in the volume of new home building approvals. Both detached houses and higher density home building approvals shared in the expansion, up 6% and 8.8% respectively. However, the volume of new approvals is still considerably lower than this time last year. Over the year to August 22, new home building approvals are still down 13%. Detached home approvals have suffered a sharp reversal since it peaked during COVID. The pipeline of higher density home building activity, which is crucial in ensuring adequate rental supply, has been weak since even before the pandemic. We still need to see a sustained improvement in the volume of higher density home building in order to relieve inflation, which is at a 15-year high, said Mr. Garrett. CEO Danita Warren added, the decision by the RBA to hold interest rates for a fourth consecutive month is a welcome reprieve for mortgage holders and renters who are bearing the brunt of cost of living crisis. The effect of the RBA's tightening cycle is still flowing through to the sector and dampening investment. Master Builders has forecast 23 to 24 will see home starts decline by another 2.1% to around 170,100, well below the 200,000 needed per year to meet population growth. Yeah, we're not going to meet these targets. It's not going to happen, everyone. And this is another pillar of the housing sector. We're not meeting supply. So this is included with their media release, guys. And we have a look here. This is total number of new homes built according to territory. We can see in the month of August, in all of Australia, 13,647. Now, that's not very much, is it? New South Wales, 3,008. Victoria, 48. Queensland, 2,000. SA, 922. WA, 120. Sorry, 1,240. I can't even count anymore. Tasmania, 232. Northern Territory, 35. And ACT, 564. We can see the percent change since July, but let's look at the percent change since August last year. Australia's down 22.9%. New South Wales down 36%. Victoria down 7%. Queensland down nearly 40%, 39.7%. SA down 20.9%. WA down 10%. Tasmania down 22.1%. Northern Territory down 56.3%, but their numbers are still pretty low. ACT is up. ACT is up. Percent change on the previous quarter, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. What else is interesting here? So the highest month on record in all of Australia was 23,127 new home building approvals for all of Australia. That's the highest month ever on record. That's interesting. So how are we going to meet these targets, guys? I mean, getting that 200,000 a year it's getting close to the highest month ever on record for home building approvals. It's certainly going to be challenging times. This is why there's calls for caps on migration into the country, try and ease up on this demand, but I'd be shocked if that happened. The lowest month on record is 9,182. The 5-year average, 205,000, 10-year average 204,000, 20-year average 184,000. So we want to hit the 5 and 10-year average for builds across the country. What's this one? Total number of new detached house building approvals by state and territory. We have here Australia season adjusted 8.7. Okay, New South Wales 1.8, Victoria 2.8, Queensland 1.8 pretty much, 799. Boy, Tasmania, NT, and ACT are really low. What do we have here? Let's look at since August. Yeah, there you go. It's all red across the board. People aren't building as many detached houses as a year ago. Total number of new median and high density dwelling approvals in state. And these are the ones that we need, particularly with our population growth predictions. They need to up higher density dwellings. What are we looking at here? Australia, since, oh boy, 34.5% down. What's the highest? Highest month results on a record, 12,883. Lowest month, 2,048. 5-year average, 83,000. 10-year average, 88,000. So there we go, guys. So let's have a bit of a chat about this one, eh? It's certainly going to be a challenge to meet these housing targets that Labor's put forward. All I can say is if you're sitting there waiting for a massive correction in housing, unless demand suddenly tanks, that's going to be one pillar that's going to be fighting hard to hold it up. And, I mean, if you're in the housing game, guys, there you go. Maybe I should look at something. I've got an idea, kind of a low-cost starter house. I should work that up and just open source the design. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Heise a bit more Heise does if you're interested in my content. And if you want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links via Pocket Squares or call me if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. See you later.